Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Hello everybody, so excited to be with you every Tuesday on OMTimes Radio. So excited to do my show, Miracle Guidance. The show that is supposed to give you all kinds of information, guidance for your well-being when it comes to your health, when it comes to a relationship, and so on and so forth. So I'm trying to always touch on different topics. And as you know very well, I'm a big fond of the ancient teaching. I even consider myself somehow a numerologist because I've been trained in New York to learn numerology with the Harvard mathematicians. So that was in the 90s. So that was a very interesting experience. But anyhow, the reason I'm mentioning this because tonight I want to talk to you about the pinnacles, the 4 great cycles of life. And I will start by saying that in the Western numerology, the pinnacles are the 4 long-term cycles in your life path. So it's almost like you take life and you divide it in 4 major cycles that are called pinnacles. And each pinnacle represents a different stage of life. And each brings to you unique changes, challenges, opportunity, blessing. And I will go through them and you will see how fascinating. Even I want you to calculate yours. And if you have a question, feel free to call in. This is a calling show, so you can talk to me about your pinnacle and what's relevant in your life right now in terms of the particular pinnacle you're going through. The number to call is 202-570-7057. Now, you may be under the energy of a pinnacle that's perfect for you to start a family, or that's perfect for you to build a career, or it's a pinnacle that teaches you to slow down, or it's a pinnacle in which you might go through a loss, through a challenge, to a health problem. And now everything is like within those cycles, up to the point that it defines who you are and defines what you're going through. Even the moment when you might actually exit the physical world and go into the 5th dimension that many of us call dying. So it's that fascinating. Anyhow, I want you to call in because it's an interesting show, and I want you to let me know if you're able to calculate your own pinnacle. So I choose this because it's an interesting topic. I choose because I'm a firm believer that the numbers that we talk about every single day, today is the day of 13, tomorrow is the day of 14, it's the 9 months. So all these numbers that we relate to on a daily basis are considered to be the language of the universe. They are a way in which the divine world communicates with us, because every number carries a power, a specific energy, and each person is born under the influence of certain numbers. Everybody has a birthday. Now that birthday is exactly like your DNA, it's your divine codification, and much of your destiny is determined the moment you choose to enter this world. And your birthday can actually anticipate many things about your life, exactly like your DNA anticipates your predisposition towards certain diseases, your abilities, your skills, what can you do with your life. So a lot is in your DNA. DNA is actually one of the 4 mechanisms, talking about 4 pinnacles, that are part of the defense mechanism system. Like it's fascinating, probably things you you never thought about, but it's not only your immune system that's your defense mechanism. I'm just making a parenthesis, but also your DNA, your androgenics. So, and I'll do a show on this because it's so fascinating. The four mechanisms of defense in your body are also very relevant, exactly like the four pinnacles are extremely relevant when it comes to what's going on with your health. So people are very familiar nowadays with the study of numerology, and everybody kind of know their life path and their divine code and their number one number, the so-called destiny number, but people know less about the pinnacles. And as I said, the pinnacles are the cycle in which things begin and in which things end into your life. And at any given moment, you are under the influence of a number that is conducive to a particular cycle in your life. And each pinnacle represents a different stage of life. And each pinnacle brings its unique changes, challenges, opportunities, blessing. Right now, you may be, as I said, under the pinnacle of building your career, or under the pinnacle of having a child, or we'll look into that. But coming back to the numerology, and we'd love to, for all of you who might say, well, I don't really know too much about numerology, I'll briefly try to define the concept in 2 or 3 sentences so that you know a little bit about, if you don't know too much about this concept and this science. Now, Saint Augustine the Hippo wrote that numbers, he's the one who originally said numbers are the language offered by the gods to humans to confirm their truth. Now, he believed that everything in the universe is a relationship between numbers, and it has to do with our duty to translate the truth of numbers as manifestation of reality. Now, as a race, we have been acknowledging the fact that for thousands of years, ancient culture deemed numerology as one of the paths to unity with God. We go in 30,000 years ago by the Egyptian, who they put marks on bones to track the phases of the moon. Now, the Babylonian, they try to represent the movement of planets through numbers which they used to anticipate the astronomical phenomena, like, for instance, eclipses. So, in other words, through centuries, through thousands of years, people try to associate things in the nature with the planets, with the movement of the planets. So cultures around the world honored the concept of numbers and attach their significance to each digit. Now, in simple definition, numerology is actually, to me, the study of numbers and their effect on people. That's why this is a science, and the world around. And going back to the history of numerology, which is extremely complex, but it's divided into 3 branches. There's the Eastern numerology, Indian, and the Western numerology. The Eastern one, the Chaldean numerology, originated in the ancient Babylon and is considered the oldest system. We're going 5,000-6,000 years ago. The Indian, which is the Vedic numerology, that links the cosmic power and planets to the numbers, and the Western numerology that everybody knows. I mean, at this point in time, everybody kind of knows much more about the Western numerology that is called the Pythagorean system. And it goes back to 2,500 years ago to the Greeks, to Pythagoras. That was actually inspired by the ancient teaching of Kabbalah 3,000 years ago. And this method examines numbers from 1 to 9 and their effect in our lives. Now, I will tell you the truth, without numerology, you won't have the number system that we use today. And the ancient Greek culture integrated numerology into the mathematical studies, geometry, algebra, axiomatic, arithmetic, all these areas of math that are largely spread and organized in the modern world. So what is so fascinating that Pythagoras was credited with creation of the Western concept after he always speculated that there is a connection, and I kind of agree with him that there is a connection between numbers and the musical notes. He was very fascinated by all the things that was rendered through the numeric form, and it was been documented that he traveled to Egypt to study the Babylonian, the Chaldean numerology for 22 years. He studied before he came up. So he was also inspired by the first system of numbers. Now, he also divided a way to produce accurate description of individual personality through the numbers. Now, the figures of the time believed that the mathematical concept were more practical than the physical concept, and had a great actuality in the world. And if you look at what happened with the Queen Elizabeth, she died. If you look at her numbers, she's a number 7, but she has a 9 life path. She could never reach 97. So bottom line, she dies at 96. If anybody would have calculated that, would have known that that the Queen will die this year before there's an opportunity to reach 97, which would never happen. So it's interesting. More so, she dies on September 8, 2022. We add the numbers to a single digit. We come up with number 5. Number 5 is the house of transit of dying. So she dies under the energy of 5, which Jesus Christ died on the 5th day of the week. So 5 is always the 5th dimension, is when you can actually exit the 4 level of creation, and actually there's a danger of dying on a day like this. So anyhow, there's no doubt in my mind that this concept of Pythagorean concept is believed to be a system that tries to show that the universe is based on some kind of numerological harmony. So, it's important to know all of this. It's important to know what this symbolizes, what it means, and apply it in our own life. Now, I'm going to go to the pinnacles a little bit just to tell you what they represent. And I do know I have a lot of people online. I'm going to go and check how many we have online, and I'm sort of happy, you guys, to talk with all of you. And here is Cornelia from Canada, Leilani, who's in Mexico right now, Delaney from Indiana. You guys hold on the line. I'll be with you. Think of calculating your own pinnacles. You will be amazed to find out things that are happening to you at a specific time in one of the major 4 cycles in your life. Now, 4 pinnacles stand for long chapters in the book of your life. Long chapters that represent time of change, time of adaptation. Now let's go through what pinnacles symbolize or signify in general. A pinnacle is the time in your life when you try to be independent. A pinnacle is a time of union, a partnership, cooperation, emotional expression. A pinnacle is a time of creativity. It's a time to earn your income, to build a home, to build discipline, responsibility. It's a time of change, adaptation, freedom, time for love, time for marriage, time for family, time for children, time for balance, the time to study, research, create the principle of life, time to manage, prosperity, career, success, time to learn tolerance, compassion, time to lift others and yourself, the time of maturity, the time of evolution. These are I'm trying to kind of sort of summarize what this pinnacle represents. Now, you heard me, and also I had great numerologists on my shows that were sort of underlining the meaning of numbers, but I'm going to go very briefly to what numbers represent for you to understand when we're going to calculate the pinnacles, to understand what every pinnacle represents. So, number one is beginning, number 1 is independence, number 1 is leadership, number 1 is opportunity, number 2, healing, making peace, forgiveness, resolving your karma, number 3, creativity, family, personal progress, achievement, number 4, stability, financial success, logic, grounding. Number 5, losses, liberation, adventure, separation. Number 6, family, harmony, love, togetherness. Number 7, spirituality, intuition, mysticism, introspection. Guess what? The Queen of England was the number 7. She had the same number like Princess Diana. This is pretty incredible and pretty amazing. So not only Diana and the Queen of England share the same divine code, but they share something karmic. Extremely intense, extremely powerful. So we're going to go deeper into this in another show, because there's a lot to talk about this. Talking about the unresolved karma that the Queen had on planet Earth, other than all her enormous achievement, which is pretty incredible. But going to number 8, which means financial achievement, investment. Number 8 is associated with the planet of karma, and number 8 means power. Number 9 means humanitarian, ending, separation, finalizing things, closing doors to begin other doors. So you want to call me on this one, because I think this is a fascinating topic. 202-570-7057. I'm going to go very briefly to how you calculate the pinnacles, and I'm going to go to your calls after that. So as I said, the pinnacles are the 4 stages, the epitome or the essence of your major changes and mental shift in your life. The fundamental turning points that offer you the opportunity to rearrange elements in your life. Recognized pinnacle gives you a glimpse into your life, into what lies ahead, what remains unresolved, and what it is broken. So each pinnacle has a number from 1 to 9 based on your birth code. The first and the fourth pinnacle last 30 years. So your first pinnacle is from the day when you're born to the age of 30. And the last pinnacle is also for the last 30 years or even longer in your life. Now, the first pinnacle, how do we calculate that? The first pinnacle ranges, as I said, from your birth to approximately the age of 30. The second pinnacle goes from the age of 30 to the age of 40, and is usually associated with finding your purpose and beginning to find your social responsibility and becoming grounding, finding a family, forming a family, starting a career. The third pinnacle is from the age of 40 to 49. The time to access, increase your financial power, gain true financial stability. And in this pinnacle, you want to advance in your career, you want to succeed, and you want to assure a legacy for yourself. The fourth pinnacle is from 49 all the way down to the end of your life. Now, the transition from one pinnacle to the next represents stages in your evolution. As you know, every number carries a distinct energy. I'm going to explain you how you can calculate every pinnacle. Now, the first pinnacle, you take the day when you're born, and you take the day and the month when you're born, and you reduce it to a single digit. Let's say I'm born March 25th. March is 3 to 5 is 7. T plus 7, it's a 1. So my first pinnacle is number 1. Take your day when you're born and the month when you're born, add those numbers together. Let's say you're born May 3rd. 5 plus 3 is 8. So your first pinnacle of your life is number 8. So that's the way you calculate it. Now, let's go to the second pinnacle. To determine the second pinnacle, you take the month when you're born, and the year when you're born, and you reduce it to a single digit. The fourth pinnacle, you take the first pinnacle and the second pinnacle, and you reduce it to a single digit. Let's say your first pinnacle was number 1. The third pinnacle was number 4. So 1 plus 4 is 5. So the third pinnacle is number 5. The fourth pinnacle, you take the month when you're born and the year when you're born and you reduce it to a single digit. Let's say you're born March 3rd, 1980. So you take March and 1980, which equals a 9 plus 3, your fourth pinnacle is a 3. So this is the way you calculate the pinnacle. It's important to recognize what do they mean. If you know the significance of your number, you know why you're going through. If you're in a pinnacle 1, you know, you build your independence, you build your identity, you create a new beginning, you create opportunities, you grow in the right direction. So every single number is associated with what the pinnacle means. I'm going to take a short break, and then I will go to Cornelia. Then I will go to Leilani, Delaney, and then Delaney, and then to Coy, New York. You guys hold on the line. I'll be with you in a second.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
You came across someone struggling with hunger. How would you recognize them? Would you notice an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for summer break
because she may not be having lunch again until September?
Or a war veteran who's having a hard time landing a job
and getting back on his feet?
I am the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
And I'm back on OMTime Radio. So excited to be on the station every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm going to go to Cornelia. Hi, my lovely Cornelia. How are you, my dear friend?
Hello, Carmen. I'm always happy to hear you. Not long time I came home from work, and I was...
Okay.
My desire was to talk to you today. How are you?
I'm great, and I would love to know how can I help you. Did you calculate your pinnacles? Which pinnacle are you in?
Oh, I wanted to, and I started to cook between, and somebody knocked my door, and I get lost between how you were telling, because the lady was just talking to me, and I get lost.
Pinnacle, let me summarize. The first pinnacle is when you're born to the age of 30, in which you add the month when you're born and the day when you're born. Okay, that's number one. The second pinnacle, you take the day when you're born, which day you're born, with the year that you're born. So you take the year and the day. You say your day on the day of the 6th or the 7th or the 20th, and you take that day to the year you were born, and that's the second pinnacle. The third pinnacle, you take the first pinnacle, add it to the second pinnacle. And the last pinnacle, you take the month when you're born and you add it to the year when you're born. So these are the way you calculate. And it's fascinating because every pinnacle, the number in itself symbolizes the lesson you've been going through. So one is from 1 to 30, one is from 30 to 40, one is to 40 to 49, 50, and one is for the rest of your life. So these are the 4 major cycles of life. Yeah. So what are your questions for me tonight?
I belong to the last one, and then I think it's 7, and the month July, I was born in 1971. That's what I have to count, right?
Yeah, so it's 1971, you have to reduce all the digits to a single number, and I think 1971 equals 9, and then you're born in July, so you're in the Pinnacles 7. You're in the Pinnacles 7. So you're born in July, you take the month, and 1971, if you add all the digits together, it's a 9. So 9 plus 7 is 16, which is a 7. So you enter the Pinnacle 7.
Yeah.
Now the Pinnacle 7 is associated with introspection. It's associated with a huge interest in spirituality. It's associated with metaphysics, with mysticism, with believing. So that's one of the reasons you call this show. That's one of the reasons you want to find out all of this, because
exactly. That's all what I am about the last few years.
It's like,
yes, that's
more
true.
than ever, the moment you enter the Pinnacle 7, you will develop a higher level, a higher intuitive mind. You start being fascinated by everything that has to do with life and death, with reading books about spirituality. So you open up your mind. It's pretty interesting, because 7 means introspection. Introspection, spirituality, intuition, mysticism, and all of that become fascinating to you, and you start to work on yourself the way you haven't been working on yourself. All those other pinnacles, you're interested to be a mother, to do this, to do that, to build a family, to buy a house, to have a career, but all of a sudden these things are not that relevant. And it is the work on your own self, on your own progression, on your own soul evolution. You start working on you. Yeah.
So true, so true. And may I have a little question, Carmen, too?
Sure, please have as many questions as you want. Sure, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, and I love you so much. It's just about my job. How do you see my situation at this work? Now I have 5 months here, but it's how I heard it's a little bit of danger because it doesn't really go very well, the factory. They were thinking about laying off people. I don't know how much they like me, if they would keep me, or they are happy with me, or what's going on. Like, just a little bit, if you can dive in.
They are okay with you. It's just your fear because you had some less good experiences before. So your fear comes from whatever happened to you before. You know what I mean? So I don't think
exactly
you're in any danger. I also don't think this factory is going to collapse or anything. It's just going through a hard time, but they will recover, they will regroup, they might even join forces with somebody. So you're not in danger. You will continue to stay in this place. And stop believing that they don't like you, because they actually like you. You're appreciated there, except that you need that validation. You want this to be validated all the time. You understand what I mean? So, but be more confident. Appreciated, and you will be okay. You will continue. I don't see this place falling apart, or no, I just don't. It's gonna be okay.
How long you see me here, Carmen? If you can.
I mean, I don't know time 100% here, but I don't think you're gonna leave anytime soon. And when I say that, I certainly can see you another year or 2 or 3 in that place. So relax, you know. It's not a bad place. It's not. It's a good place. To me, I don't know if you agree with me. Are you happy there?
It is. It is not. It's not bad. Yes, that's true.
You know, it's very hard in the world today. Nowadays, it's very hard to find a stable job. So my opinion is, if you stay there, the more the time goes by, you will feel more appreciated. You know, the more the time goes by, you get used to it. It's an okay. Probably is not the. You know what, Cornelia? For you to get the best job, you have to build something on your own. For you to be excited about what you're doing, build a career that is on your skills, your abilities. Try to open up your own business. I think you can. I think you.
Yeah, and I wanted to
that way.
I wanted to mention that whatever you were saying about my son, it looks like it's gonna happen like that. He said he heard something. Is not 100%. Just he heard something very vague.
Right.
And you remember in May or June you were telling me that it's gonna happen something in September. Now he heard something, but he's not 100%.
I feel very good.
I'm sorry?
I feel very good. I feel very good about your son. I feel very good. I feel like things will unfold for him in the right direction. He's doing very well, and he will succeed in whatever he's planning to do. It's working. But
Yes.
think about
Okay,
seriously.
thank
Think about opening something on
Yes.
your own, probably with the help of the family. Think seriously
me?
about it. The more you, you. You.
Carmen, I'm not that good in nothing. Like I'm.
No, yes, you are. You see, you are.
I'm
Why you
not-
put yourself down? No, you are good. You don't trust yourself enough, but you are very good. You're very good, and you will do very well. You will see.
I love you,
will do
Carmen.
very well. I
Let's
love
see
you
what.
more. Think about it.
Thank you,
Start
thank
thinking
you
about
so
it.
much. God
It
bless
doesn't
you.
cost money to think, you know. Okay, my lovely Cornelia.
Yes.
Thank you for calling me.
Appreciate your advices all the time.
Okay, my angel. I love you, sweetheart. Thank you for calling me. I'm gonna go to Leilani. Hi, Leilani. Where are you? In Mexico?
Hi, Carmen. I'm in New Mexico, outside Santa Fe.
Or in New Mexico? Okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
How is it?
How are you? It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful there. You're
beautiful.
right. Very pretty. Yeah.
Very dry,
So-
but beautiful.
Very
So
dry.
I figured out I'm in Pinnacle 8.
So which pinnacle are you? The third, the second, the third?
The 4th, Pinnacle 8.
You're on your fourth pinnacle?
Yes,
Okay, and the number of your pinnacle is number 8.
yes.
So the pinnacle 4 symbolize. Now this is good news. This is good news. It means whatever you've been struggling until now, you will not anymore. Because there comes this pinnacle that brings you and opens up a huge door, Leilani, in front of you. Just see it. See it and go through that door, and everything you ever wanted in terms of recognition, financial achievement in your career will just open and happen to you just like that. All of a sudden, you will be amazed to see how things will just unfold for you. It's going to be magic, and it's going to happen. You will see it. Because this is a pinnacle that, for many years ahead, will open all the doors to you. It's going to be amazing.
Okay. That's exciting.
So this means achievement. It means resolving karmic things. It means recognition. This pinnacle indirectly says, well, you will have everything you've been missing for many years, meaning financial achievement, the family you ever wanted. It's the time to finally open the doors that you always thought they were locked. In spite of the fact that right now you don't have any of this. That's okay.
Right.
You'll all have it. You'll have all of this. You know what I mean? Everything you've been missing for a long time is coming to you one after each other. All the doors that were closed are opening one after each other. You will see, and me and you are going to talk about it in the future. How magic this is going to be in your case.
Beautiful. So,
Yeah,
Carmen,
it's really
I have
great
a
for you.
question. You know,
Sure.
I have this connection to Spain, and I have these reoccurring dreams. I had one last night.
Okay.
I wake up. I'm in the dream. I'm in Spain. I'm walking. I can't believe I'm finally back in Spain. Here I am. I love it.
Right.
And I wake up and I'm crying. So this morning I was in meditation and I just started sobbing, releasing that sadness that I'm not in the country I love. And my mother is not doing well. That's keeping me here. And Carmen, I really believe this is why I have not settled in the States. I don't feel I belong here. I don't
Very
relate
possible.
to the culture.
I don't think necessarily that you don't belong. You have all these memories that take you back somewhere else, and you will feel a million times more fulfilled somewhere else than here, you know? Have you ever been to Spain?
I've been there 13 times.
Okay. So whenever you go there, don't you feel a familiarity? It's like feeling the sense of I'm at home. I am used to here. I want to be here. Yeah. So that it means that. Have you ever thought of moving there? I'm just saying.
Yes, I don't know how to get legal, and it's
not going to be that complicated. It's going to be easier than you think. It ends up by being easier than you think. You just have to go. You just have to decide I'm going to go no matter what. And I will go there and I will see how things will start happening. All the doors are going to start opening for me. This is what's going to happen to you. And I think that's where you get all the recognition. Because when you're in a Pinnacle 8, the karma interferes. So if this is something karmic, meaning you lived before in a place like Spain, that was before your home. And you feel like you belong. Your soul wants to go home to a place where you lived before. This is the year this is the time in your, this is the pinnacle that will take you there. And taking you there means opening all the doors that might not open here. There must be a reason why all the doors are locking in front of your face, and there must be a reason.
Yes.
The universe is talking to you and saying, you don't belong here. Why you want to buy a house here? This is not the place you should be in,
Yes.
So take it like a sign. Take it like there must be a reason we talk about your pinnacle. There must be a reason you're in a karmic pinnacle in which karmically you are forced to go back where you belong, Because if you go back where you belong, well, you stuck because of her, I understand.
Yes.
But you also have to live your life, You have to live your life. You have to. How often do you see your mom?
The last year I saw her a lot. Years prior, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 times. But Carmen, there's some healing that happened between us when my brother left his body.
Okay.
She said she's sorry. I said I'm sorry. We did this for and we're really.
But right now, because you're all over the map, how often do you see her?
Well, I'm on. This is why I'm in New Mexico. I'm on my way to see her at the end of the month.
Okay, but you don't see her every day. You can't. You don't see her every week.
No.
You see her once.
I'm in the country. If something were to happen, I would go immediately. That's why I'm here. I'm in the country. Like when she had her stroke, I was there that night by midnight.
All right. How old is your mom?
She just turned 80, May 17th.
Okay. God bless her.
And she's not doing well, Her son died, and he was her life.
Right.
And
I understand. That's extremely painful.
I have a feeling she might leave soon. I'm not sure if you agree, but
I have the same feeling, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think she'll leave next year?
Yeah. He wants to leave. It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad, especially if she's not necessarily meant to leave, but she wants that,
No. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, my brother, her son was her life, and they lived together their whole life, and she was the caretaker.
Right, that's
she had
terrible.
purpose.
Yeah, right, she had purpose. The moment she lost him, you know what I mean? People that are very attached, and I was just thinking about something so interesting with the Queen of England. The moment her husband died, she didn't want to leave anymore, you know what I mean? So she chose to go. It's like, when you lose somebody that you spend your life with, and you are so connected and so attached, it's extremely, extremely difficult to continue to live without that person. And I feel for her to live without a son feels almost impossible.
Right.
So it's almost like she's asking the divine world to have mercy on her and take her, Right.
And,
That's the way I feel.
her husband, my dad, died when I was 2, so that grief is all her grief is coming up right now.
Of course.
She's not distracted
but she was more attached to her son than to anybody else, So that attachment was like the problem she's facing right now, and that's why she's so unhappy being here alone, Yeah.
So maybe I can start planning for Spain and just stay in the States until
I'll plan for that very carefully, because you'll be able to fulfill your dream. I really believe that in the future you're probably gonna call me from Spain.
Okay.
Okay, my lovely Leilani.
Thank you, Carmen.
I love you, beautiful.
Love you too.
Now I'm gonna go to the Delaney in Indiana. Hi, my love. How are you, my dear?
Hi, Carmen. How are you?
Thank you so much for calling me, my love. How can I help you?
I just wanted to call and talk about my pinnacle too. This topic is awesome.
Right.
I'm actually in my first pinnacle, and it's represented
You're
by
in the first. So in the first pinnacle, you take your day when you're born and the month when you're born. So what number you have it on your pinnacle? What number is it?
3.
So which month you born?
I was born in April, so 4.
April, that's a 4. The day?
17.
17. So 17 is 8. 8 plus 4 is a 12, which is a 3. So you're in a pinnacle 3. What's interesting is that from the day you're born till you turn 30, you're extremely creative. You want personal progress. You want to see achievement. This is the time of your life to succeed. Though you're so young and beautiful, but this is the time for you to make the best version of yourself. You know, some people succeed later on in life. You succeed now, as young as you are. Now is the time for you to be a movie star. Now is the time for you to be out there. This is the perfect time for you to create your own business. This is the perfect time, even the perfect time to think of a family. So you have in the first pinnacle opportunities that some other people don't have, you know. So you can achieve a lot till the age of 30. You can build a family. You can build your empire. You can build your name, your creativity, everything. Everything in the first 30 years of your life is pretty impressive. A lot of achievement. You will achieve more in this 30 years than you can even imagine. So work on that, because the pinnacle opens the door for you to accomplish everything I'm telling you that you will.
I really appreciate that, because I've been feeling so stagnant in my life right now. I'm trying to move to LA. And
move. Move. Absolutely. Because if you're stagnant in an area that's making you feel, because you're supposed to succeed, and because you're in a place where nothing happens, you're in a place where you can't establish the connection, you feel like you suffocate yourself, because you have a lot of things to achieve, but you feel like you're locked in a prison, you know? So make sure you do everything in your power to move. Everything you can do, but move. Just move.
I'm trying so hard to look for jobs. I've had like 4 interviews this week, and I haven't gotten the opportunity. And
don't give up. You'll get it till the end of the day. You're not giving up, my beautiful. Keep on fighting for it, because you are going to get it. I'm 100% sure of this.
Do you see like a time frame? Because I've been so sad.
No, don't be sad. Don't be down. Don't be depressed. No reason to be. Just be excited. Just put the things in perspective. November comes to me, middle of November. There's a job offer. I feel like you might take an offer, but as you get there, when you're there, you might get something else, which is okay. Take whatever gives you the chance to make the move. Go for whatever opportunity you have, just take it. You know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, take exactly whatever. No, why?
Just getting stagnant, and stuck with having bills and not being able to, get out of that. With my student loans, and then having to move my whole life and everything. I just don't want to take a job.
But this is a major move for you. This is a huge move. This is not any kind of a move. This is the move of your life. It's a move that will help you have all the connections that you're looking for. Will open all the doors to your creative, to your chance. Will open your chance, to succeed.
Yeah. That's how I feel. In my heart, I feel like I'm supposed to be out there.
Right, yeah. You have to do it. You will be so happy. Sorry?
Do you have any advice for what type of career I should be looking for?
With you, I only see you in something creative. Something creative. First of all, I think you very beautiful. You have a beautiful heart. You're hardworking. But you have what it takes to be in a creative field, even something artistic. Or have you thought of anything like that?
I haven't, no, I haven't. Honestly, I've been trying to do PR and marketing, and it has no doors have opened.
Well, when you do PR and marketing, that's also very good for LA, because that is something you can do in that part of the world, of America. It's very much for PR and marketing. But what about your presence, your creative force? What about that? You never thought of that?
I haven't thought, I can't think of what I would want to do creatively.
Right.
I do love fashion. I'd love to work in PR fashion, but I haven't thought about having my own fashion brand or anything like that.
Do that, because you can have all of that. You can have you definitely can do that. Without a doubt.
Do you have any advice for a good time to move, or a good time to start planning?
I feel like the good time to move will be during the fall to the spring of the next year. I will not delay this move. I will not put it on hold. I will just do it, because I feel that where you are, your chances are limited, if you agree with me.
I agree so much.
Yeah, your chances are limited over there.
And I am in I have 2 more semesters of school, and I just have been drained, not wanting to finish school and just wanting to get a job and move. And I'm wondering, do you think I'll regret that decision if I stop my schooling now and just get a job in LA and move?
How much you have left from the school?
2 semesters, so
I will want you to finish your school. You know what I mean? That is something I think you should finish. I don't know if you agree with me.
I don't know. I want to say yeah, but my heart's not in it, and I want to do something else.
If your heart is not in it, then no. But what I feel in my heart that moving for you is what you need to do. It's the essence. It's so significant for you to make this move. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I don't have any other questions.
Okay, my beautiful, I love you, and call me anytime on the radio and let me know what you did, because I love you so much, and I want you to succeed, and I want you to see your dream coming true. You're in the right time of your life, okay, my beautiful?
Thank you so much,
I love
Carmen.
you, my sweetheart. Thank you, beautiful. Okay, my love. I'm gonna take a short break, and then I have my beautiful favorite person calling me from New York. Hold on the line. I'll be with you in a minute. I'll take a short break.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
Hello, I'm Sandy Sedgbeer, host of OMTimes magazine's flagship radio show, What is Going On? My passion is sifting through information, research, and innovations from new thought teachers, speakers, and researchers pushing back the boundaries of what we know about life, energy, metaphysics, and the universe. I love shifting perceptions about who we are, why we're here, and how quickly impossible becomes normal when we open our minds, expand our awareness, and accept that the only limits that exist are those we place upon ourselves. So if you're the kind of forward-thinking, eager investigator of what lies beyond the current reality that most perceive, why not make a date to come play with me in the field of possibilities at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday, and together we can discover what's really going on.
If I could be you.
And you could be me.
For just 1 hour.
If you could find a way.
To get inside.
Each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Yeah, and I'm back, and I was reading that Marilyn, who loves me, and from Singapore, I wish I can talk to her every day because she's such a wonderful person. She said that the topic is interesting. I'm going to go briefly to the pinnacle. The first pinnacle concerns the development of your soul searching. You explore everything about your personal existence, your inner world, your spiritual growth. So the first pinnacle is from your birth to approximately the age of 30. And is depending on your soul code. And if you understand the meaning of number, you understand what exactly that your soul needs in those 30 years of life. The second pinnacle stretches from the age of 30 to 40 is when you identify the larger purpose in life and you begin to find, as I said, your social responsibility. You become grounding. You find a spouse, you form a family, you start a career in those 30 years of life. Now the next 30 years of life, between 40 to 49 to almost 50, time to increase, power, social, financial stability. And during this pinnacle, you advance in succeeding materially, leaving a legacy for future generations. So it's just so powerful. The fourth pinnacle from 49-50 through the end of your life is to learn to maintain balance between your work, caring for others, caring for yourself, taking sometimes a setback for self-care. It's a lot that you accomplish in your last pinnacle, but please calculate your pinnacles. I'm going to continue to do this topic in other shows so you guys can learn more, but let me go to Coy for the rest of my show from New York. I love you, my dear. Thank you so much for being so patient. How are you, my angel?
Hi, Carmen. Finally, I got to talk to you.
How are you, my beautiful? I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Thank you for taking my call last couple
Absolutely, absolutely, always for you.
I called in late, so it's my fault. I called in at
No, it's no
7:20.
fault.
So,
okay, my angel.
I heard the word pinnacle. I didn't know what was going on. But it's funny because I was going to ask you if you could answer something for me. My birthday is September 5th. Michael's birthday is September 17th, which is on Saturday. And my brother's birthday is September 10th, which was on this past Saturday. And I just wanted to know what can you tell me about me on September 5th and Michael on September 17th? I want to know if you could tell me what can I look forward to? I guess that's what I would like to know. What could I in this new birthday?
Which year? Now it will take me a long time to calculate. I was looking for do your pinnacles to see, and I don't think I have the necessary time to
to
go.
I just wanted to know, like, what do you see for my birthday?
So you September 5th, happy birthday, my angel. Which year? 19?
58.
58. Okay, hold on 1 second. I want to see something. Just a minute, bear with me. You're a very strong person. So it's interesting that you do have in your code some experiences that you already went through. You know what I mean? The losses that you went through. It's just so interesting. Very strong personality, very powerful. You started your life on the Pinnacle 5, which is not an easy start. You know, meaning having some time. Here I am at the end of the show. I'm so sorry. Is there any way you can call me next week and we can start the show with you?
Yes, I could do that.
Because there's so much I can give you, but now my I'm so sorry.
I know.
So let's start the next show with you. And I already am going to use this information that I have, and I will calculate it during the period till next week, and I'm going to give you some interesting information, because I'm looking forward to talking to you within a week from now.
All right.
Okay, my love. Thank you so much for calling me. And for everybody listening, I'm Carmen Harra. I'll be with you next week. I'm probably going to continue this topic because it's an interesting one. I'm going to develop it into